the others, kita tunggu ya. Ini baru sekitar berapa? 18, 19 sama saya yang bergabung ya. Kita tunggu sebentar. Oke, let's start our lesson. Kita mulai. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, how are you?
Fine, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much. So here again today, and kita akan lanjutkan materi kita ya about medication. Oh, oke, ini ada yang izin. Tommy ya. Oke, lagi perjalanan luar negeri. Oke, hati-hati Bapak, semoga lancar perjalanannya ya. Oke, so we're going to continue our material. Let me start the screen first. Saya share screen dulu. Do you still remember our material last week? Masih ingat materi kita minggu lalu? What did we discuss? Kita bahas apa ya?
Medication.
Medication, very good, Bu Iwi. Yeah, so we talk about 5 rights, yeah, principle of 5 rights in medication, and then we also talk about dosage, yeah, and then medication route, yeah, and then type of medication form. Kita sudah bahas jenis obat, ya, lalu pemberiannya bagaimana, and then dosage juga kita sudah bahas, ya. And I remember that last week I gave you assignment. Saya kasih tugas kalau nggak salah ya Bapak Ibu ya. Betul? We talk about this part. Terakhir kita bahas ini ya, about prescription. Ya, prescription itu adalah resep obat. Okay? And for this prescription, I ask you to do exercise 7 and 8. 7 dan 8 ya, betul? Ya, betul ya. So, we're going to discuss this before we continue. Sebelum kita lanjutkan, kita bahas dulu tugasnya, ya. Oke, for exercise 7. So, this is what we're going to do. We will read these 3 prescription. Ada 3 resep obat. For Sally Taylor, the second one is for Edna, and the third one is for Masukkan, ya. And you have to find the abbreviation or symbol that match with the meaning in number 7. Jadi Anda diminta untuk mencari singkatan ataupun simbol yang sesuai dengan meaning yang ada di nomor 7. Ya, we have 8 phrases there, ada 8 nomor. Ya, oke, let's discuss this. The first one, number 1. Silahkan ada yang mau mencoba. Anyone? After meal. Oke. After meal.
Second prescription.
Ya, siapa ini ya yang menjawab? What is the symbol or the abbreviation? Singkatannya atau simbolnya apa ya?
BC.
AC.
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 PC.
Oke, very good. AC or PC?
PC.
PC.
After is, oh ya PC, sorry.
Ya, betul
PC.
sekali ya. Don't forget that PC means pre-course ya, jadi sebelum. Oke, correct. Thank you very much. Next, we have at bedtime. What is the correct abbreviation or symbol?
First prescription.
Ya, at bedtime. Obat yang diminum sebelum tidur gitu ya. What is the symbol?
First prescription.
HS, ma'am.
HS, very good. Iya, betul sekali. HS, oke, correct. And then number 3, before meal.
Isi.
AC, good job. Okay. And then number 4, we have capsules. What is the abbreviation here?
Caps.
Caps, correct. We use yeah, caps. Okay. The next one, we have milligrams.
MG.
MG. Correct. Yeah. So you can find this abbreviation on prescription 1, 2, and 3 ya. Jadi 2 milligrams singkat dengan mg. Okay, next. Number 6, we have number.
10.
10, 40, 20.
Okay. Yeah, what is the symbol? Is there any abbreviation or symbol for number?
19 or
19?
90,
Ya,
ma'am.
itu memang
90.
angka, tapi simbol yang menunjukkan jumlah. Jadi number di sini bukan angka tapi jumlah.
Dispense. 90.
Dispense.
90. Dispense.
Okay.
15.
Actually, sebetulnya yang menunjukkan apa namanya number itu justru simbol ini. Oh, tidak terlihat ya. Wait. Simbol yang seperti hashtag itu Bapak Ibu, yang sebelum number.
Oh, itu.
Ya, jadi sebelum angka 90 ya, sebelum angka 14 itu ada simbol hashtag.
Hashtag ya.
Itu ya. Itu ya. So, that's the symbol. Itu simbolnya menunjukkan jumlah. Gitu ya. Oke. Jelas untuk number 6?
Ya.
Yes, okay. Next, let's continue. For number 7, tablet.
Caps.
Tabs. Good
So
job.
number 2.
Yes. Okay, the last one, twice a day.
One BD.
PD.
Mono BD.
1 BD.
1 BD
BD.
Correct. Good job.
for
Okay.
7 days.
Yes. Is there any question for exercise 7? Ada pertanyaan untuk latihan 7?
No.
No, ma'am.
Oke, sudah jelas ya? Oke, thank you very much. Now, let's continue with exercise 8. Ya. So, in this exercise, you need to read prescriptions in number 7 and write them out in words. Jadi kita berlatih cara membaca atau menyebutkan prescription ya. Oke, so we have sample here. Ada contoh for prescription 1. You need to give Sally Taylor 10 milligrams of Zocor once a day by mouth at bedtime for 90 days. Yeah, so that's how we read the prescription. Okay, so Zocor is the name of the medicine. Ya, Zocor adalah nama obatnya. And then how do we know that this prescription is given by mouth? Kita tahu dari mana kalau obatnya ini oral, diberikannya per oral, dari singkatan apa ya?
PO.
PO.
Oh, very good, per oral. Good job. So that's the example. Now let's see for number 2 and number 3. Okay. Anyone wants to try to read
Okay.
prescription in number 2? Silahkan salah satu ada yang mau mencoba. Boleh. Number 2.
Okay.
Okay, Pak Ahmad, you want to try?
Okay.
Yes,
Your
please.
your one is for your blood pressure. Etna got a medicine Devon 40 milligram tablets. Take once PO per oral daily, and for 90 sorry
Yeah, for
90 days.
90
For 90
days.
days, yes.
Okay. How about the information about when should Etna consume the medicine? Apakah sebelum tidur, sesudah makan, sebelum makannya?
Oh yeah,
Disebutkan? Iya,
take
boleh.
you can take after meal or before meal.
Oke, ya.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pak Ahmad. Oke, still number 2. Masih nomor 2. Ada yang mau mencoba juga number 2, maybe with different variation, variasi yang berbeda dari Pak Ahmad tadi. Still number 2.
Saya bisa mencoba, Bu.
Oke, please. Siapa ini? Bu Musri ya?
Ya,
Yes, please.
Biovan is for your you need to take 40 milligram tabs of Biovan before or after meal for every day.
Every day. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Bu Musri. Maybe it is better if you add the number of the days for 90 days, begitu ya, Bu Musri ya. Jadi dijelaskan jumlah
Iya.
harinya, iya ya. Tadi Bu Musri masih every day ya. Mungkin
Oh, iya.
ditambahkan saja jumlah harinya for 90 days. Oke. Good job. Thank you very much, Bu Musriah. Oke. Good. Thank you Pak Ahmad and Bu Musriah. And now for number 3, please. Silahkan number 3.
Saya, Bu.
Oke, who is this? Pak Puji?
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 3. For your cholesterol, your doctor has prescribed fluvastatin. Mr. Khan, you need to take 13 milligram capsules twice a day for 7 days.
Okay. Yes. 20 milligrams ya, 20 bacanya
20 milligram.
Ya, 20 milligrams ya kapsul for apa tadi? Twice a day.
Twice a
Okay,
day
very
for
good.
7 days.
For 7 days.
7
Good
days.
job. Iya, thank you Pak Puji. Oke, so the
Yes.
number of the medicine is 14 kapsul ya, ada 14. Tapi karena diminumnya 2 kali sehari, jadi 7 hari. Good job. Oke, one more please for number 3. Silahkan satu orang lagi untuk number 3. Other variation nih. Oke, who is this? Bu Desma?
Yes,
Yes, please.
for your cholesterol, your doctor has prescribed fluvastatin, Mr. Khan. You need to take 20 milligrams fluvastatin twice a day by mouth for 7 days.
Oke, good job. Thank you ya. Yang Bu Desma ditambah informasi by mouth, oke ya, diminum secara oral gitu. Thank you. Ya, although in the prescription we do not mention that, but it is also good if we explain that to the patient. Oke, good job. Bu Desma suaranya pelan sekali, mohon maaf saya sampai ini ya, suaranya lembut. Oke, any questions? Ada pertanyaan? for this material before we continue? Ada? Oke, sudah jelas semua ya. Oke, good. So, if you have no question, let's continue to our next topic. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay, so we're going to talk about side effects. Yeah, side effect for assisting patients with medication. Okay, now let's talk about the question first. Let's discuss. Okay, so I need your opinion for these questions. Okay, number one. Okay, what are side effects of medication? Jadi apa yang disebut dengan efek samping obat? What is that?
Alergi.
Ya. Efek samping sendiri itu artinya apa? What is the definition?
Problem after consuming this medicine.
Oke, problem. Mana Bu Desma?
After consume this medicine.
Okay, so a problem that appears after consuming medication. Masalah-masalah yang muncul setelah mengkonsumsi obat, begitu ya?
Iya, Bu.
Okay, thank you, Bu Desma. So, is all medication can cause side effect? Saya mau tanya ini. Do we always get side effect after consuming medication? Selalu
Yes.
ada nggak efek samping itu?
Yes, some of the medicine.
Most of the time,
Most of them.
seringkali.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
Like,
most of the time there is a side effect ya for
yes.
medication.
Yeah. For example, if you take a beta blocker for hypertension, but the side effect can be make a slower the blood, the pulse, the heart rate.
Oh, it can slower the
Heart
pulse.
rate, the pulse,
Heart
yes.
rate-nya. Oh, okay, I
But
see.
it is a contraindication for the patient with bradycardia.
Okay, that's a new information, Pak Ahmad ya. So, can we say that the side effect are dangerous? Bahaya
Yeah.
nggak sebenarnya?
It's very dangerous for that, yeah.
Okay.
Because if the heart rate going slower, yeah, will affect the perfusion also.
Perfusi ya, Pak.
Yes, right.
Okay, thank you for the information, Pak Ahmad ya. That's a new information for me. Okay, now look at question number 2. Make a list of 5 common side effects of medication. Ya, so I need you to mention common side effect. Jadi efek samping obat yang umumnya terjadi, gitu ya. 5. Okay, what are they? Apa saja?
Sleepy?
Maybe you can have different answer with your friend. Boleh, ini boleh beda. Okay. Anyone?
Make sleepy maybe?
Okay, sleepy. Okay, Pak Ahmad, what else?
Make
Vomiting.
Ya. Sleepy, what else? Bu
Vomiting.
Maria. Vomiting, okay. What kind of medication that can cause vomiting, Bu Maria? Obat apa yang bisa bikin efek sampingnya muntah? Biasanya obat apa?
like ceftriaxone also.
Antibiotic, man.
Antibiotic, okay.
Yeah.
Ready, okay. So it can cause vomiting ya, okay. Sleepy ya, I think banyak ya kalau obat yang bikin ngantuk memang banyak ya, tapi yang bikin muntah tadi ada ya, oke. Antibiotic can cause vomiting, oke. What else?
Skin rash.
Analgetic.
Skin
Analgetic.
rash, oke. Bu Narwati, analgetik, oke. Jenis obat analgetik. What happen? Ada side effect-nya apa, Bu?
Mual.
Gastric ulcer, man.
Nausea.
Oke. Oh, gastric
Gastric
ulcer.
ulcer.
Asam lambungnya naik gitu.
Yeah. Ulcer is make ulcer in the gastric
Gastric,
pain,
oke.
yes.
Gastric
Like
pain. Nyeri
yeah.
perut ya, Pak?
Yeah, most of the painkiller make
Oke.
a gastric ulcer effect.
Because they have what? Ada kandungan apa yang bikin itu?
The content of the acid, like
Oh, acid.
yes,
Ya.
clavulanic acid. Clavulanic
Hmm.
acid is for stun like that, for
So,
painkiller.
how do we cope with that? For example, I need to take painkillers, but I don't want to get stomach pain or stomach ache. So what should I do?
You can take the medicine, the same effect, but the lower effect, side effect, like Panadol.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
that's
you can
also
take that.
painkiller
Yeah.
ya?
Yes.
Bisa ya? Oke, ya, thank you. Oke, how about other side effect? Ada lagi yang lain? We have sleepy, vomiting, ya, and then stomach ache. What else? Ada lagi? Ya,
Bengkak mata.
swollen eyes.
Ya, bengkak mata ya.
Okay. So it can cause swollen eyes, matanya bisa bengkak. Okay, what kind of medicine is this?
Analgetic.
There's some
Analgetic also.
analgesic, antibiotic.
Antibiotic. Okay, good. Ya,
Hmm.
because I have
Sorry.
experience. Saya punya
Sorry, ma'am.
pengalaman with clindamycin. Ya, so I consume clindamycin and then after that I got swollen face, mukanya bengkak-bengkak gitu ya, especially on the face area, mata dan lain sebagainya. So apparently
Sorry,
I got,
ma'am.
ya.
Sorry. Maybe we must differentiate between the side effect and
Allergic.
allergic reaction. Yeah.
Okay, so what I
It is
experienced
different. Yeah.
allergic.
Yes, if you
Oh,
experience
okay.
allergic, not
Yeah.
side effect. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Ahmad. Yeah. Oh, so it means that I'm allergic to
Yeah, to
clindamycin.
that's
It's not the
medicine.
side
Yes.
effect. Okay,
Yes.
good. Yeah, thank you, Pak. Yeah. Okay, so I got allergic. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Kalau yang side effect berarti membedakannya gimana? How to differentiate swelling because of side effect and
Like
swelling because of allergic?
allergic is a reaction for antibody, not for the antibody. Like swelling, rash on the skin, and if severe allergic can be going to anaphylactic shock.
Okay, so it's dangerous, yeah. The allergic
If
is
anaphylactic
effect
shock
is
is
dangerous.
yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, wow, it's a nice discussion. Okay, good job. Now we're going to move on to number 2. Yeah, so I'm going to change the direction here, the instruction. So we're not going to listen to the recording, but I need you to find the definition of these words. Yeah, so we have some side effects of medication. Yeah, these are the list of some side effects of medication. I need you to find the definition. Silahkan dicari artinya dulu, ya. And then after that, we're going to practice with the correct pronunciation together. Begitu ya, Bapak Ibu. Silahkan berapa menit ini? Mau langsung atau dikerjakan dulu sebentar?
Direct,
3
ma'am.
menit?
Direct.
2 menit? Ya, mungkin bisa sambil cari dulu. Oke, sekitar 2 menit ya. Oke, and then after that we're going to discuss the meaning or the definition. Oke, please, silahkan.
Sini dulu. Kamu lah yang kesini. Mami capek.
Okay, can we discuss now? Bisa kita bahas sekarang?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, let's talk
Yes, can
about, please, siapa tadi ya, Pak Regi kah? Okay, for the first one, we have dizziness. What is dizziness?
pusing, ma'am.
Okay, what kind of pusing? Pusing yang gimana kalau dizziness ini?
Like,
Because there will be different, pusing banget. Dizziness tuh biasanya pusing yang agak berkunang-kunang melayang gitu. Ya, it's kind of people with low blood pressure type of pusing. Jadi pusingnya orang-orang yang tekanan darah rendah itu tuh namanya dizziness. Oke, because there are more than one type of headache ya, ada beberapa jenis sakit kepala. Oke, sebentar, mohon maaf ini ada suara adzan, saya pakai headset dulu ya biar nggak masuk. Okay, can you hear my voice? Suara saya terdengar?
Terdengar.
Yes, Miss. Okay, the second one. Okay, we have diarrhea.
Diare.
Okay, next headache.
Sakit
Kepala, ya.
Kepala.
This is very important how we pronounce this word. Banyak yang bacanya masih salah ya, masih dibacanya headache gitu ya. Nah, padahal kita bacanya seolah-olah bunyi terakhirnya itu bunyi K, headache gitu ya, headache. Oke. Lalu kalau dia sakit gigi berarti toothache. Kalau sakit perut berarti stomachache gitu. Jadi kata ache ini dibacanya huruf bunyi akhirnya bunyi K saja, jangan C ya. Headache. Okay.
Sorry, ma'am, may
Ya.
I ask?
Yes, please, Pak.
When we use ache or pain
Ya. Oke.
in both words.
For different part of body biasanya berbeda gitu ya. Kalau pain itu bisa di stomach itu masih boleh ya. Stomach pain itu ada, stomachache itu ada. But for example like tooth, gigi kita pakainya ache ya. We do not use pain or ill with tooth. So it's kind of habitual. Sebetulnya karena kebiasaan ya Pak. Kalau ditanya asalnya dulu bagaimana pakainya itu, saya juga kurang paham karena itu kan sudah dari sananya. Cuma memang different parts of the body. Biasanya ada istilah yang sudah baku, sudah pakem gitu ya. Jadi kayak head itu pakainya ache ya, headache seperti itu. Gitu nggih Pak Ahmad?
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
okay, thank you. The next one we have nausea.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Next we have skin rash.
Ruam kulit.
Ruam pada kulit. Good. Stomachache.
Sakit
Sakit
perut.
perut. Okay. Swelling.
Bengkakan.
Bengkak. Okay.
Pembengkakan.
Correct. Vomiting.
Muntah.
Okay. Next we have tremors.
Bergetar.
Ya, tremor ya, kita tahu tremor. Oke. And then we have constipation.
Sembelit.
Sembelit, susah BAB, konstipasi, correct? And then we have drowsiness.
Ngantuk.
Ya, so this is the synonym of sleepy. Ya, ini adalah kata lain dari sleepy atau mengantuk. Okay. Next, the last one we have loss of appetite.
Kehilangan
selera makan.
Oke, kehilangan nafsu makan atau selera makan. Oke, good job everyone. Yeah. Now, let's practice how to pronounce the word together. Ya, kita sama-sama mempraktekkan correct pronunciation for this word. Ya, all of you can repeat after me. Boleh di-on-kan mikrofonnya atau mau ditirukan di sana juga boleh, misalnya nggak di-on-kan juga nggak apa-apa ya. Oke, the first one we have dizziness. Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Ya, so although we have O, ada huruf O-nya, tapi nggak usah dibaca ya. Kita bacanya diarrhea. Oke. Number 3, headache. Oke. Yang masih ada bunyi C-nya di belakang tidak usah dibaca C. Jadi huruf bunyi terakhirnya adalah K. Ya, Bapak Ibu. Headache. Nausea. Skin rash. Stomachache. Oke. Swelling. Vomiting. Tremors. Constipation. Drowsiness. Loss of appetite. Okay, good job. Thank you very much. You can turn off your microphone again. Okay, next in number 3, we will learn how to make a correct order of sentences ya, mengurutkan kalimat di sini. We have 5 numbers, ada 5 nomor. So please do this exercise first and put this word in the correct order to make correct sentences. Oke, silahkan dikerjakan dulu Bapak Ibu untuk latihan nomor 1 sampai 5. Thank you.
Number 1.
Okay, have you finished? Is there any difficulties for this exercise? Ada kesulitan untuk latihan soal ini?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so how, what should you find first to do this kind of exercise? Kalau
The
ada
subject.
latihan, good job
Yes.
Pak Ahmad. Ya, so kalau menemukan soal seperti ini, ya, so you have to make the correct order to make sentences. The first thing that you have to find, ya, if the sentence is in positive form, you need to find the subject. Ya, jadi kalau kalimatnya dalam bentuk kalimat positif gitu, maksudnya dia bukan kalimat tanya, ya, bukan kalimat tanya, yang harus dicari pertama adalah subjeknya, ya. And then after subject, the
Verb. The verb.
yes, the next the formula. Jadi kalau di bahasa Inggris itu kalimat itu rumusnya adalah subject plus verb, So after subject, you need to find the verb. Seperti itu. Ya. Oke. Have you finished with this one? Sudah selesai? Okay, let's check together. For sentence number 1, what is the correct sentence? Anyone? Silahkan.
I can try, ma'am.
Oke, Bu Anggi ya.
Yes.
Yes, please Bu Anggi.
Some patients, as you know, suffer side effects and others don't.
Okay, correct. Some patients, as you know, suffer side effects and others don't. Good job, thank you Bu Anggi. Ya, jadi beberapa pasien seperti yang kita tahu mengalami efek samping dan lainnya tidak, gitu ya. Correct. Next, number 2. Okay, anyone? What is the subject for number 2?
Some people.
Some people. Okay, yeah, some people.
my experience.
Yeah, who answer this? Okay. Siapa tadi yang jawab ya? Nggak kelihatan saya. Bu Sumihar, you want to try for number 2?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Some people might and others.
Some people, sorry, I cannot hear you clearly. Some people
May suffer diseases, might feel nauseous, and others.
Okay, do you need to replace the position? Ada yang perlu ditukar nggak posisinya?
Oh, okay.
And others-nya tidak di belakang.
Oh.
Some people may suffer dizziness.
Some people may suffer dizziness, and others might feel nauseous.
Good job. Iya, ya. Some people may suffer dizziness and others might feel nauseous. Ya, jadi beberapa orang mungkin mengalami pusing ya, dan lainnya mungkin mengalami mual.
Dapat menyebabkan kantuk.
Number 3, please. Who wants to try to answer number 3? What is the subject for number 3? Subjeknya apa yang nomor 3?
It is also possible.
Yes, correct, Pak Ahmad. It is also possible. Ya. Yeah, so we know the subject. So what is the after that?
To have some diarrhea.
Ya, Pak Ahmad, correct. Pak Reddy.
Even headaches.
Okay, so headache are the last one ya. It is also possible to have diarrhea, vomiting, even headache. Ya, jadi sangat mungkin mengalami diare, muntah, dan bahkan nyeri kepala, ya, sakit kepala. Thank you. Next, number 4.
For some patients,
Ini
for
siapa
some
nih?
patients, they cause feeling. Injecting drugs intravenously might cause feeling at the injection site.
Good job. Thank you, Bu Sumihar. For some patients, injecting drugs intravenously may cause swelling at the injection site. Ya, pada beberapa pasien menyuntikkan obat secara intravena itu dapat menyebabkan pembengkakan di area suntikan. Correct. Oke, oh ini sudah raise hand. Bu Lisna, please. Number
Oh,
5.
number 5, ma'am.
Yes.
Patient who take Valium, drowsiness may experience.
Oke. Do you need to switch the position? Ada yang perlu ditukar nggak, Bu?
Ada, Bu.
Oke, yang bagian mana? Patients who take
Patient who takes
Valium.
Valium
may experience
may experience drowsiness.
Good job. Yeah. Patients who take Valium may experience drowsiness. Ya, pasien yang diberi Valium mungkin mengalami ngantuk. Ya. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Now, let's talk about these sentences in number 3. Ya. In number 3, we have some words. We can read some words here. We find the word might and may. Oke, what is the meaning of might and may? Tadi kalau diartikan jadi apa di bahasa Indonesia?
Mungkin.
Mungkin, ya, mungkin. Nah, might dan may ini belongs to, in English, belongs to group that we call as modal. Ya, tulisannya modal ya Bapak Ibu. And this group beside might and may itu ada kelompok lain yang masuk kelompok modal itu, contohnya can, will, would, should, could. Nah, ada might and may gitu. Now, these words, this model, kata-kata yang masuk kelompok modal ini, rumusnya atau aturannya adalah they are always followed by verb 1. Harus selalu diikuti dengan kata kerja bentuk pertama. Ya, so when we use a model, tidak boleh pakai verb to atau verb 3 atau verb ing atau ditambahkan to setelah model, to baru verb, itu juga nggak boleh. Ya, so when we use model, the rules is you always followed model with verb 1, followed by verb 1, diikuti sama kata kerja pertama. Gitu ya. Contoh, I will go to the market tomorrow. Will tambah go, langsung verb 1. Nggak boleh kita bilang I will going or I will when, itu nggak boleh. Begitu ya. That's the rules for model. And might and may here, ini adalah dua contoh dari kelompok modal. Okay. What is the function? Fungsinya apa? Okay, you can read here on language ya, on the box here, bisa dibaca. May and might. We use may or might plus infinitive. Nah, infinitive ini adalah verb 1. Ya, istilah lain untuk verb 1 adalah infinitive. To talk about actions or event that are possible now or in the future. Jadi untuk membicarakan hal-hal, kejadian yang mungkin terjadi saat ini atau di masa yang akan datang. Gitu ya, hal-hal kemungkinan-kemungkinan. Jadi kita bisa pakai might or may. Okay. Now look at the examples of the sentence. Kita lihat contohnya di situ. For the first one, you may feel some nausea. Ya, we have may, and then what is the infinitive? Berarti verb satunya yang mana di situ?
Feel.
Feel. Oke, good Pak Ahmad ya. Feel-nya adalah verb-nya. Artinya apa ketika kita menggunakan feel may di sana? It is possible but not 100% sure. Ya, ada kemungkinan terjadi tapi tidak 100% pasti, tidak pasti 100% gitu ya. Oke, number 2. He might suffer some swelling from the injection. Oke, maaf sebentar ya Bapak Ibu, ada telepon. Mohon maaf sebentar. Oke, mohon maaf Bapak Ibu. Oke, ada telepon. Oke, sampai mana number 2? He might suffer some swelling from the injection. Dia mungkin ya mengalami pembengkakan dari injection gitu ya. Jadi ada kemungkinan tapi tidak pasti 100%. Number 3, it may take several months to heal up completely. Oke, what is the infinitive? Infinitifnya apa di kalimat nomor 3 ini? Take, iya take ya. Jadi posisinya infinitif itu pasti setelah model, setelah might or may, itu pasti dia infinitif ya. And then number 3, we might carry out more tests after we take off the bandages. Okay, so we use might there, and then the verb or the infinitive is carry out. Okay, yeah. So this is the explanation about the using of may and might. Do you have any questions? Ada pertanyaan before we continue? Any question? Sudah jelas? Ya, jelas ya berarti ya kalau tidak ada pertanyaan. Now, the exercise, kita lihat latihannya in number 4. Okay. Use these prompts to write sentences with may or might. Put the verbs in brackets in the correct place. Ya, so here the sentence it's still incomplete, masih belum lengkap. The verb atau infinitifnya, kata kerjanya is in the bracket, yang ada di kurung di akhir, di bagian akhir. Ya, so you need to complete the sentence with the verb and add may or might. Tambahkan may atau might. Ya, it's up to you, Bapak Ibu. You can choose one of them because the meaning are the same. Maknanya sama. Ya, and please remember to put the verb in the correct place. Diletakkan di posisi yang benar, gitu ya. Oke, we have 6 numbers. Ada 6 nomor di situ. Silahkan dikerjakan dulu, and then after that we're going to discuss your answer.
May experience pains or sweating. Your husband might suffer some slight effect, but
Okay, have you finished? Let's start with exercise number 1. Anyone wants to try to answer?
I am to try, ma'am.
Okay, Bu Ima.
You might feel a little dizzy after you take your medication.
Correct. You may feel a little dizzy after you take your medication, ya. Anda mungkin akan merasa sedikit pusing ya setelah mengkonsumsi obat. Good, thank you Bu Ima. Oke, we have Bu Hotmiati Pakpahan. Raise hand.
Okay, ma'am. I want to try. Some patient might experience abdominal pains or sweating.
Okay, some patients may experience abdominal pains or sweating. Good job, ya. So, what is sweating? Sweating apa ya, Bu?
Sweating.
Artinya?
Berkeringat.
Berkeringat. Betul sekali. Thank you, Bu Hotmiati.
you.
Next, number 3, Bu Lisna.
Your husband may some side effect but cause special job.
Oke, can you repeat one more time, Bu Lisna? Bisa minta tolong diulang sekali lagi?
Your husband may some side effect but cause special job.
Suffernya diletakkan di mana? Suffernya.
May suffer. Your husband may suffer some side effect but
Yes.
most special.
Thank you. Ya, saya tadi kurang jelas dengarnya. Iya, your husband may suffer some side effect, but most patients don't. Thank you. Okay, we have Bu Wiwi, number 4.
You may get some side effect to this drug.
Correct. You may get some side effects to this drug. Okay, thank you. Next, Bu Sumihar.
Itu saya tadi, Bu. Maaf.
Tadi Bu Sumihar. Oh, saya tadi manggilnya Bu Wiwi yang jawab Bu Sumihar. Oke. Kalau gitu dituker ya. Ini kok saya nggak bisa lihat ini ya, indikasi yang bicara siapa gitu tuh di Zoom saya kok nggak muncul. Biasanya kan ada tandanya ya. Ini kok hari ini nggak ada. Oke, jadi saya random yang saya panggil. Oke, berarti Bu Wiwi number 5, Bu Wiwi.
Yeah, we'll monitor his as we make to reduce his dosage.
We will monitor him as we might
to reduce his dosage.
Oke, need-nya diletakkan di mana, Bu Wiwi?
Oh, we'll monitor him as we might need to reduce his dosage.
Good job, iya. Don't forget the verb, jangan lupa kata kerjanya ya. Oke, we will monitor him as we might need to reduce his dosage. Good job. Oke. The last one we have Bu Widya.
It may take a few weeks for the wound to heal completely.
Yeah. It may take a few weeks for the wound to heal completely. Okay. Where is wound? Apa itu wound?
Luka.
Good job. Yeah. Okay. Now, thank you very much. Any question for this exercise? Ada pertanyaan untuk latihan soal ini? Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. You just have to remember the position that after the using of may or might, you need to use verb 1. Pakainya verb pertama, ya. And remember the meaning of may or might is what is it? Tadi artinya possible, ya, sesuatu yang mungkin terjadi saat ini or in the future, but not 100% sure, tidak yakin 100%, ya, kemungkinan. Okay, next. For the last exercise, ya, ada yang mau bertanya?
Bu, bisa dijelaskan, Bu? Saya belum terlalu paham tadi. Iya, bisa dijelaskan, Bu? Saya belum terlalu paham antara may, penggunaan may sama itu apa tadi? Might. Iya, penggunaannya.
Rumusnya atau fungsinya, Ibu?
Gimana,
Jadi
Bu?
ketika kita membahas tadi artinya gimana? May atau might itu artinya apa? Mungkin, ya, kemungkinan. Jadi kita ketika membicarakan sesuatu yang belum pasti, ya, kita masih memprediksi, masih mengira-ngira, begitu ya. We can use these two words, bisa pakai may or might, ya. And then the formula, rumusnya, because may or might ini belongs to modal, dalam bahasa Inggris masuk kelompok modal, we have to use modal with verb one or with infinitive. So that's why we use may or might plus verb one. Harus selalu diikuti dengan kata kerja pertama. Ya, we can say I might feel, ya, or I may feel, but we cannot say I may feeling or I might feeling, itu nggak boleh. Karena kalau feeling kan verb ing, gitu. Begitu, Bu Musri ya?
Oke, Miss. Makasih.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yang lain?
Izin mau
Oke, ini siapa ya? Bu Hotmiati.
Hotmi, ya.
Ya.
Kalau menurut saya, mungkin dari subjeknya itu kalau you tunggal, kita jadi bisa pakai may, atau kalau some itu kan beberapa. Jadi mungkin didampingi dengan might. Gitu mungkin ya, kalau saya sih yang menangkap.
Oke, ya sebetulnya kalau untuk modal, Bu Hotmi, thank you for the opinion. Untuk modal itu semua subjek berlaku. Tidak ada aturan khusus bahwa may itu dipakai kalau tunggal, might itu untuk jamak misalnya. Itu nggak ada. Jadi berbeda sama kayak simple present tense ya. Kalau simple present tense kan beda ya. He, she, it sama you, we, they kan verbnya berubah. Nah, kalau untuk penggunaan may sama might ini sama. Gitu. So, this is kind of variation, hanya variasi saja because the function is also the same.
Dari contoh tadi ada yang tunggal, ada yang jamak, gitu ya.
Ya, nggak masalah boleh. Ya.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ya, thank you. Okay, any other question or opinion? Oke, bisa kita lanjutkan? Ya, with exercise number 5. Oke, vocabulary di sini it's easy. Yang ini sih gampang ya. So, based on this description, I need you to find the words ya, the words that describe this side effect. Definisinya apa? Tadi kita bahas beberapa side effect. Silahkan dicari ya dari deskripsi ini. Berarti dia masuk ke side effect yang mana? Side effect-nya apa? Mohon maaf. Oke, it's very easy. Oke, ada yang mau coba? Number 1.
Diagram.
Oke, who is this? Pak Reddy? Oke, can you please read the description first? Dibaca dulu, Pak, number 1.
An illness where the patient frequently passes solid waste, often in a liquid form.
Okay, so what is this?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Good.
Diarrhea.
Pak Reddy. Thank you ya. Jadi ini penyakit di mana pasien buang air besarnya cair gitu ya dan lebih sering gitu ya. So diarrhea. Oke. Next we have Pak Domingos. Number 2.
A condition where the patient cannot pass solid water from the body is constipation.
Good job. Condition where the patient cannot pass solid waste from the body ya. So this is the opposite of number 1. Kebalikannya ya. Kalau tadi cair, kalau ini nggak bisa ya. So this is constipation. Okay, thank you. Number 3, anyone? Number 3. Bu Hotmi, raise hand. Tadi belum diturunkan atau raise hand lagi nih?
Drowsiness.
You want to try?
I want to try, ma'am.
Yes, please.
When the patient feels sleepy, insomnia.
Tidak
When the
punya
patient
selera
feels
makan dalam bahasa Inggris.
sleepy. Kalau pasien ngantuk tadi, kalau insomnia tuh justru nggak ngantuk ya Bu, nggak bisa tidur. Oke, number 3, what is the term? Tadi istilahnya apa ya? Ada yang masih ingat? Drowsiness. Iya, correct. Bu Yunistia and Pak Reddy ya. Drowsiness. Oke. Kalau insomnia malah nggak bisa tidur setahu saya ya.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you. Okay, we have Bu Roshayani, number 4.
Okay. No longer having a desire for food appetite
Okay, no longer having a desire for food.
for food.
Oke ya, tidak mau makan, tidak nafsu makan. Tadi istilahnya adalah
No
loss of
loss of appetite.
appetite. Oke, kehilangan nafsu makan. Oke, the last one we have Bu Bella Basma.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Shaking movement in your body that you can control. Tremor.
Tremors. Okay, good job everyone. Yeah, thank you. Any question for this exercise? Oke, kalau tidak ada, let's continue. Kita lanjutkan with here, this part. Question in number 6, let's discuss this I need your opinion here. Sometimes patients forget to take their medication. Okay, what technique can they use to help them to remember? Ya, jadi ada beberapa pasien yang kadang lupa gitu ya, tidak minum obat. Nah, as a nurse, what technique can you give to your patient to help them to remember taking their medication? Okay, for example, here, take the medication at the same time of day. Jadi, kasih obatnya harus selalu di jam yang sama, begitu. Okay, is there any other teknik? Ada cara lain untuk mengingatkan pasien biar nggak lupa? Pak Reddy?
Give advice to patient to make alarms.
Okay.
Yes, at her or his handphone, so
Mobile phone.
can remember for the take medicine.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we are getting many convenience from our mobile phone ya. Sekarang sangat terbantu dengan HP, mobile phone. We can set the alarm. Okay, good job. What else? Ada lagi selain itu? For example, like older people, kalau yang sudah lansia banget gitu ya, mungkin maybe they don't have mobile phone or they don't know how to operate the mobile phone. What is the best suggestion that you can give?
Their family must prepare the medicine, ma'am.
Okay, good Bu Wiwi. Ya, so we need assistance from their family. Butuh bantuan dari keluarga ya, anggota keluarga ya. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because for example like antibiotics ya, as I know that we should drink the medicine on the exact time. Kalau jam 8 pagi ya jam 8 pagi terus. Begitu ya, betul ya Bapak Ibu?
Yes.
Yes, okay ya. Okay, thank you. And what happened if, for example, I forgot to drink the medicine at 8 o'clock? Should I, baru ingetnya nih misalnya jam 1 siang. Oh, tadi saya nggak minum obat jam 8 gitu. What should I do? Should I drink the medicine directly at that time when I remember? Or should I skip the medicine for that day and then continue taking the medicine the next day? Which one is the best solution?
Take medicine immediately.
Yang
Depend
mana, Pak?
on
Oh,
depend on the medications.
Okay.
Purpose, ma'am.
Okay. For example, like antibiotic, Pak Reddy. What should I do?
Usually for the antibiotics, we still give the medicine at the remember.
Jadi boleh diminum waktu ingat gitu ya?
That's right, ma'am. But
Okay.
make arrange for after take a medication before.
And for example, if the gimana? Sorry, Mas sedang ngajar. Ya, sebentar ya, sebentar. Mohon maaf.
For the antibiotic, we can take direct, ma'am, when remember, and then take again when schedule to take medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, I forgot to drink the medication, the antibiotic today. It's supposed to be at 8, but I drink it at 1. So, the next day, I drink at 8 again. Jam 8 lagi. Is that correct? Nggak jadi jam 1 kan? Hari berikutnya kembali ke jam 8 ya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Thank
Going
you
back
very
to
much.
8.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's very important, yeah, that we set our alarm, yeah, and then remember our schedule. Thank you for the discussion. Now, the next one we have reading text. This is a brochure, yeah, about tips for managing your medication. Okay, I need you to read this text. Silahkan. Anyone wants to try to read the text?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Bu Sri. You want to try?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Hi, Bu Sri. Good afternoon.
Tips for managing your medicine. Number 1, ask question. Yes. Ask question about your medicine. Your doctor, pharmacist, and nurse can help you learn about your medicine and why they are important. Number 2, check labels. Be sure you are taking the correct medication on have the correct medication and have the correct. Number 3, avoid mistake. Don't take medication in the dark. Number 4, tell your doctor if you take over the counter remedies such as vitamin tablets, herbal medicine, and aspirin. This sometimes react with other medication.
Medication.
Medication. Number 5, report any new side effect. You may need to take a different dosage, or your doctor might decide to try a different medication.
Okay, the last one.
The last one, always carry a list of your medication. This is helpful to a health team in an emergency.
Okay, good job. Thank you, Bu Sri. Okay, yeah, so I will read the text one more time. All of you can listen to the correct pronunciation, yeah. Tips for managing your medication. Number 1, ask questions about your medicine. Your doctor, pharmacist, and nurse can help you learn about your medications and why they are important. Ya, jadi yang pertama, tanyakan tentang obat-obatan Anda. Ya, jadi dokter, lalu apoteker dan perawat dapat membantu Anda untuk mempelajari obat-obatan tersebut dan kenapa kok mereka penting ya. Number 2, check labels. Be sure you are taking the correct medication and have the correct dosage. Ya, jadi cek labelnya, pastikan Anda mengkonsumsi obat yang benar dan dosisnya yang tepat. Okay. Number 3, avoid mistakes. Don't take medication in the dark. Ya, hindari kesalahan. Ya, jangan mengkonsumsi obat di tempat yang gelap. Number 4, tell your doctor if you take over the counter remedies such as vitamin tablets, herbal medicines, and aspirin. This sometimes react with other medication. Ya, jadi Anda sampaikan ke dokter jika Anda mengkonsumsi obat-obatan lain yang bisa dibeli bebas ya. Over the counter itu adalah obat-obatan yang bisa dibeli bebas. Contohnya apa saja? Vitamin ya, tablet vitamin, obat herbal, dan aspirin. Terkadang obat-obatan ini memiliki reaksi gitu ya dengan obat-obatan lain. Number 5, report any new side effects. You may need to take a different dosage or your doctor may decide to try a different medication. Jadi jika Anda mengalami efek samping ya harus dilaporkan. Ya, jadi mungkin nanti dosisnya akan dirubah oleh dokter atau mungkin diganti dengan obat lain. The last one, number 6, always carry a list of your medications. This is helpful to a health team in an emergency. Ya, selalu bawa list obat-obatan Anda. Ya, hal ini akan membantu tenaga kesehatan pada kondisi emergensi atau gawat darurat. Okay, so this is the text about managing your medication. Ya, now we have 5 questions. Ada 5 pertanyaan. Ya, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please, I need you to answer this question. Silahkan dikerjakan dulu pertanyaan nomor 1 sampai nomor 5. Silahkan. Okay, have you finished?
Finish, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Question number 1, please. Anyone wants to try to answer? Why is it important to read the label of a medication? Pak Reddy, please.
For sure you are taking the correct medications and have the correct dosage, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Yeah, to making sure that we are taking the correct medication and have the correct dosage. Good job. Thank you, Pak Reddy. Next, number 2, we have Bu Wiwi.
Why is it important not to take medication in the dark? Avoid some mistakes.
Okay, why is it important not to take medication in the dark? Yeah, to avoid mistakes. Correct. Thank you. Number 3, we have Bu Putri. Putri Dinarwati.
Herbal medicine aspirin.
Maaf, tadi suaranya belum keluar.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Number 3, give 2 example of over the counter medication. If you take over the counter remedies, so as vitamin tablet, herbal medication, and aspirin.
Okay, the question is give 2 examples of over-the-counter medication. Jadi diminta memberikan 2 contoh obat yang bisa dibeli bebas. Ya, yang mana berarti?
Itu vitamin tablet, herbal medication, and aspirin.
Yes. Okay, correct ya. Jadi jawabannya cukup vitamin tablets, herbal medicine, and aspirin. Thank you, Bu Putri. Number 4, Bu Mareca, Bu Mercy.
Ya, Miss. Nomor 4. Why is it important to tell the doctor about new side effects? Tell your doctor if you take over the salah Miss. Sorry.
Number 5 itu jawabannya ya.
Oh, nomor 5 bukan 4.
Iya, number 4. Questionnya number 4, tapi di teks you can find the answer on point 5.
Report any new side effect. You might need to take a different dosage or your doctor might decide to try a different medication?
Yes, why is it important to tell the doctor about new side effect? Yeah, because maybe we can get different dosage or different medication. Ya, jadi kalau dilaporkan nanti mungkin dosis kita akan dirubah atau diganti obatnya, gitu ya. Oke, thank you Bu Mercy. The last one Bu Rina.
Okay, number 5. Why is it good in health? The list of medication always carry a list of your medication. This is helpful to have him in an emergency.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Why is it good idea to carry a list of medication? Yeah, so this is for emergency ya. Jadi dalam kondisi emergency sangat penting ya, it will help the health team ya, membantu tenaga kesehatan. Okay, good job everyone. Ya. So, Bapak Ibu, that's the end of our material ya. Materi kita sudah habis ya. This is the last one. And if you see the syllabus or the contract, kalau Bapak Ibu baca syllabus dan kontrak, ada satu pertemuan that we need to do speaking practice. Ya, ada praktek speaking. Okay, so we're going to do that next week. And this is how we're going to do. Nanti kita lakukannya seperti ini, ya Bapak Ibu. I need you to make a group of 2 students. Okay, one of you will become the nurse and then the other will become the patient. The topic is about medication. Topiknya adalah medication, ya. And you have to mention some element on your conversation. The first one is the name of the medication, ya. Ini ada di dalam tabel ini, mungkin Bapak Ibu bisa lihat yang dicetak tebal di atas, ya. Ada medication, berarti nama obatnya, and then reason for use, alasan kenapa diberi obat itu, and then the third one is the form, ya, bentuk obatnya, is it injection, or is it tablet or capsule, and then the route, ya, rute pemberian obatnya bagaimana, is it oral, is it in your eyes, for example, seperti ini, and then how much and when. So this is related to the dosage, ya, dosis obatnya. And then don't forget to mention about the side effect. Jadi 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 komponen, 7 komponen ini harus ada di dalam percakapan Bapak Ibu nanti. Oke, sampai sini dulu jelas?
Jelas, Bu.
Oke ya. Jadi nanti untuk timnya silahkan dipilih sendiri. Silahkan, jadi saya tidak akan membuat tidak misalnya Pak Ahmad dengan Bu Sri atau siapa gitu, tidak. Silahkan Bapak Ibu bentuk timnya sendiri, satu kelompok terdiri dari 2 mahasiswa, satu nanti akan bertindak sebagai pasien dan yang satu sebagai nurse, perawat. Nah, yang harus diingat adalah although you are team, ya, nanti akan ada penilaian yang tim dan ada yang penilaian individu. Penilaian timnya saya ambil dari mana? From your text, ya, because I assume that you make the text together. Saya akan menganggap bahwa teksnya kan dibuat bersama, jadi nilainya pasti sama. Misalnya Bu Sri, timnya sama Bu Lisna, partnernya, berarti nilai teksnya pasti akan sama. Teksnya bagus, lengkap, ada semua. Oke, 90. Bu Lisna dapat 90, Bu Sri akan dapat 90. But there is also different scoring for your performance. Ya, nanti di performance-nya ada kemungkinan beda. Misalnya tiba-tiba nih ya, Bu Lisna waktu speaking nervous nih, lupa gitu, ada bagian yang lupa gitu ya. Atau mungkin dari segi pronunciation-nya ada beberapa yang masih belum tepat dan lain sebagainya. Bisa jadi nilainya berbeda. Oke, paham Bapak Ibu untuk penilaian? Ya, oke ya. Jadi yang pertama, partnernya pilih sendiri, ya. Lalu harus ada 7 komponen ini ya Bapak Ibu. medication, nama obatnya, alasan diberikan obat itu, dan lain sebagainya. Silahkan ini nanti dibuat dalam bentuk conversation. Nah, yang harus diingat Bapak Ibu, please make the communication balance, ya, two-way communication. Komunikasinya harus dua arah. Maksudnya begini, jangan sampai nanti yang ngomong itu nurse terus. Ya, nurse menjelaskan semua ini satu-satu semua. Nanti patientnya cuma conversationnya cuma good morning gitu, yes, no, thank you, jangan begitu ya. Nanti yang jadi patient nggak dapat nilai ya. Pasien boleh nanya nggak ke nurse? Boleh sekali. Misalnya tanya, sudah dijelaskan ini obatnya gitu. Nanti pasiennya yang tanya gitu ya. Dosisnya gimana, sus gitu ya. How about the dosage, nurse? Okay, when should I drink this? Should I drink this before eating or after eating? Kayak gitu-gitu boleh. Ya, jadi komunikasinya balance dua arah. And then at the end, I need you to give a suggestion, pemberian saran. Saran di sini outside of medication. For example, contoh ya, for hypertension patient, pasiennya mengalami hipertensi, sudah dikasih obat ya, dikasih dosis ini, di akhir mungkin ada pemberian saran yang tidak ada hubungannya dengan medication. Oke, Ibu, because you are having high blood pressure, it is better if you maintain your diet, misalnya begitu. Dijaga pola makannya ya, Bu. Misalnya seperti itu. Jadi diberikan saran di luar obat-obatan. Oke, do you understand? Yes, oke. Nah, for the untuk ini nanti teknisnya we use video call. Kita pakai video call gimana Bapak Ibu? Ya, jadi video call grup. Nanti saya akan, tapi kita nggak punya grup ya. Jadi biasanya begini, kalau ambil nilai speaking seperti ini, pakainya video call. Nanti saya akan infokan di grup. Jadi yang grup 1 sudah selesai, nanti grup 2 saya akan panggil di grup. Atau misalnya untuk kebutuhan speaking besok, saya dimasukkan grup kelas sementara, boleh?
Boleh, Bu.
Boleh ya, jadi sebelum perkuliahan saya dimasukkan dulu sebentar biar bisa menginfokan di grup. Nanti kalau sudah selesai saya akan live grup, gitu ya?
Bisa, Bu.
Oke ya. And then for the text, nah this is also important. Ini saya juga penting sekali. Please send your text conversation-nya dikirim ya by email. Nanti saya akan kirimkan email saya ke Bu Mercy, dikirim lewat email ke saya. One group only send one text. Satu grup hanya satu teks saja yang dikirim. Ya, don't forget to mention the name of the group. Dikasih nama timnya siapa. This is important. Bapak Ibu, misalnya mengalami kesulitan dengan bahasa Inggris, boleh tidak pakai translator? Misalnya susah nih bikin conversation-nya, pakai translator boleh nggak Bapak Ibu?
Bukan, Pak.
Boleh ya, tapi dengan catatan. Ada catatannya ya Bapak Ibu. Jangan dimasukkan satu teks itu lengkap ke dalam Google Translator. Misalnya Bapak Ibu kesulitan mencari istilah kata, itu boleh. Karena apa? Google Translator itu nanti tidak bisa membedakan ini tuh tensesnya present atau past, itu nggak bisa. Ya, dan juga tidak bisa membedakan kata sapaan. Nah, ini yang kadang agak aneh ya. Jadi kadang gini, ketika conversation ya, saya kasih contoh, dimasukkan ke Google Translator. Selamat pagi Bu, gitu ya. Itu misalnya sapaan dari perawat. Dimasukkan Google Translator, nanti hasilnya bisa jadi seperti ini. Good morning Mother, gitu. Menurut Bapak Ibu tepat nggak kalau diartikannya dengan good morning mother?
Tidak.
Enggak ya, aneh ya Bu Iwi ya.
Aneh.
Mother tuh
Iya.
siapa mother?
Ibu.
Ibu kita gitu ya. Kalau ini kan sapaan, berarti harusnya kan jadinya yang tepat adalah good morning Miss, or good morning ma'am, or good morning Mrs. Misalnya seperti itu ya. Jadi kalau ya kalau mau pakai Google Translator silahkan boleh, tetapi harus tetap dicek ulang. Jangan diterima mentah-mentah gitu ya. Apalagi untuk istilah-istilah kesehatan, karena biasanya berbeda. Yang di Google Translator itu adalah istilah-istilah umum. Oke, begitu Bapak Ibu. So, for the text, kita kuliahnya di hari Kamis. Teksnya bisa dikirim maksimal hari Rabu, boleh? Ya, boleh. Oke, ya. Jadi Rabu maksimal dikirim di email saya. Di hari Kamis saya minta tolong dimasukkan, Kamis siang mungkin ya sebelum kuliah, tolong saya dimasukkan di grup untuk bisa menginformasikan giliran ya. And then I need you to make the group. Grupnya silahkan dibentuk sekarang boleh. Lalu di-share ke saya urutannya. Misalnya grup 1 tadi misalnya Bu Wiwi dan Bu Mercy ya. Grup 2 siapa dikasih listnya. Saya dikasih listnya. Oke, begitu. That's for your speaking practice, untuk latihan speakingnya seperti itu, pengambilan nilainya ya. Ada yang mau ditanyakan mungkin? Ada yang belum jelas?
Apakah praktek ini hanya untuk ujian ini Bu? Udah berarti apakah ada ujian lagi?
Dengan Bu Anti sudah pernah praktek speaking belum?
Sudah.
Sudah,
Bu.
By video.
Oh ya, video tapi ya. Oke. Kalau saya nanti di ujian akhir praktik saya sudah tidak ada. Saya ini saja. Jadi kan nanti UASnya Bapak Ibu ada UAS tulis, ada UAS praktik ya. Kalau saya sudah tidak lagi yang UAS praktik. Saya ambil dari nilai ini saja. Tapi nanti, gimana?
Aku tanya lagi lebih jelas. Jadi ini ngirim dulu skripnya ke Ibu via email, baru nanti hari Kamisnya baru ini kan yang apa Bu?
Video call.
Dari skripnya itu dibikin video call.
Ya, betul.
Video call-nya sebelum.
Video call-nya di jam perkuliahan ya Bu?
Jam perkuliahan.
Ya, kita kuliah kan jam 2 ya.
Betul ya. Jadi 2 pasang Bu ya, 2 pasang ya kita.
Iya, satu grup 2 orang, satu sebagai patient, satu sebagai nurse. Kalau ada yang ganjil, berarti nanti dia ganjil atau genap ya kelasnya ya?
67 itu dibikin semuanya Bu?
Iya. Gitu.
Iya Bu.
Jadi buatnya satu aja ya Bu, misalnya Bu Lisna sama Bu Narwati partnernya. Ya udah kalau Bu Lisna sudah jadi patient ya nanti Bu Narwati yang jadi nurse, nggak usah tukeran, nggak usah, satu saja. Oke. Ada lagi?
Ya.
Untuk durasinya, oke, sekitar about 3 minutes ya. Sekitar 3 menit ya. Maksimal itu sudah maksimal. Ya, and please practice latihan dulu sama partnernya ya. And it is better if you practice especially for the pronunciation. Mungkin partnernya lebih bisa pronunciation-nya dibetulkan gitu. Kalau udah latihan biasanya seperti itu. Saling mengkoreksi pronunciation satu sama lain. Oke.
Bu, maaf.
Ya.
Tanya lagi. Ini yang dikerjakan poin 8 sama poin 9 ya, Bu ya?
8 saja ini.
8 saja.
Poin-poinnya ada di sini. Ditambah tadi satu lagi tentang giving suggestion, pemberian saran. Yang di luar medication ya, tergantung kondisi pasien masing-masing ya Bapak Ibu. Kan nanti Bapak Ibu yang menentukan pasien ini sakit apa ya kan. Hasil diskusi itu kan menentukan pasiennya sakit apa, berarti nanti solusinya sesuai dengan kondisi pasien sendiri-sendiri. Gitu. Pak Francisco raise hand, ada yang mau ditanyakan?
Ya Bu, ada pertanyaan ini Bu. Kami tadi ada grupnya ada 2 orang. Dalam
Iya,
satu
betul.
kelompoknya ada 2 orang, tapi kami di sini ada 3 orang.
Oke, boleh deh kalau bertiga. Boleh kalau bertiga, nanti berarti dibuatnya mungkin yang satu adalah pendamping pasien. Gimana?
Oh ya, makasih Bu.
Ya, the family ya,
Makasih, Bu.
family anaknya atau siapanya gitu boleh. Silakan.
Ya,
Karena
makasih
ganjil ya
Bu.
ternyata ya. Oke, thank you Pak Francisco.
Sorry, ma'am.
Ya,
Miss,
silakan Pak.
for the conversation,
Mm-mm.
so both of the partner
Mm-mm.
should be in one camera, one video, or
Ya, we use video call, group video call. Jadi nanti akan muncul semua sama saya juga.
oh ya.
Itu ya Pak.
Okay.
Ya, so you call your partner first. Pak Ahmad misalnya partnernya siapa? Pak Francisco misalnya ya. Ketika saya sebutkan misalnya grup 1 itu Pak Ahmad dan Pak Francisco. Pak Ahmad video call Pak Francisco dulu. Kalau sudah gabung, sudah bisa connect, baru video call saya.
Oh,
Begitu.
yes.
Ya.
Right.
Oke, thank you. Any other question? Sudah jelas ya? Ya, so
Ibu,
please. Ya, oke.
Bu,
Musria.
berarti ini kita harus membuat untuk beberapa poin itu ya Bu ya. Kita nggak
Ya.
memilih satu poin yang di atas.
Enggak.
Enggak ya.
Semuanya
Berarti
disebutkan,
ya.
semuanya dijelaskan. Either this is explanation from the nurse or question from the patient. Boleh dalam bentuk perawatnya ngasih keterangan atau pasiennya yang bertanya. Jadi dibuat skenarionya Bapak Ibu sendiri ya. Misalnya apakah pasien ini adalah pasien yang rawat inap mau pulang dibawain obat? Boleh. Atau dia pasien ke poli yang dikasih obat sama dokter, terus nurse-nya menerangkan juga boleh. Terserah Bapak Ibu mau dibuat skenarionya bagaimana. Oke. Ya.
Terima kasih, Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget two-way communication balance. Jangan lupa ya Bapak Ibu harus seimbang conversation-nya. Jangan salah satu lebih dominan, yang satu hanya yes, no, thank you gitu. Ya. Oke, any other question?
No, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
Cukup ya 1 minggu ya untuk persiapan tugas ini. Oke ya. Saya yakin pasti nanti bagus-bagus nih, keren-keren. Oke, before we end the lesson, can I take a picture? Boleh saya ambil dokumentasinya Bapak Ibu untuk laporan? Oke, you can turn on your camera for a while. Silahkan dinyalakan dulu kameranya. Oke, thank you. Okay, we're going to start with slide 1.
Nggak dibuat kolam renang.
Ada yang di motor. Hati-hati Bapak.
Dalam perjalanannya.
Sekarang
Dia lagi di jalan, mau pulang.
Hati-hati nih, Har. Banyak perampok. Hati-hati. Nanti ditabrak polisi.
Ya, untuk mengambil speaking dengan topik medication. Ya. Silakan dipersiapkan setelah ini. Kalau ada nama kelompoknya boleh saya minta tolong dikirim dalam koordinasi ya. Thank you very much for joining this lesson. It's always nice to have lesson with you. Selalu menyenangkan perkuliahan dengan